Welcome back to Girls Talk Ball.
Season 2, episode 4. We finally made it past where we were last season, and my necklaces are tangled.
It's week 4. It's episode 4. We're doing really good.
We really are. I'm proud of us.
I think next week we did have a listener request for us to put our episodes out earlier. So I think next week before Bama, like with everybody traveling and stuff, they're probably not going to have time to listen on Friday. So maybe we can record earlier and get it out earlier for our 5 listeners.
And we love all 5 of you.
We love y'all so much. You're the best. You keep us going.
Hey, you know what? Our promo this season has been lacking, but I chalk that up to we've been trying to get back in the groove and trying to figure it out. So promo will be better. We'll try and expand things. It's been a crazy year so far.
We do need to advertise better. There's a lot going on. There's just a lot happening here. All right, Garrett, what game are you most excited for this weekend? Are you leaning like Florida, Miami? Or are you leaning Auburn, Oklahoma?
I'm leaning Auburn, Oklahoma. I can't say that out loud because I do have Auburn friends that will get mad at me if I say that out loud. I'm very excited to see how John Mateer plays. I've really just enjoyed watching Oklahoma this season. They're so much fun, and I just think that orange is a really ugly color. I don't think that Florida Miami is going to be competitive whatsoever. I do love the fact that all of the media is finally saying, "Oh, we hyped up the wrong quarterbacks," as if we didn't try and tell y'all that all off season.
John Mateer is going to be the one to watch. I think all eyes are going to be on him. He's just doing incredible. He's like the Heisman front runner now, 944 yards for the season so far. I think everybody's really excited to watch him play. And then the other storyline with that game is Jackson Arnold is returning back to Oklahoma where he transferred from.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll probably get a lot of like coverage on that, but really everybody wants to see John Mateer.
I think it's going to be a very fun and exciting game no matter what.
I think so too. Oklahoma is favored by 6.5. I don't think it'll be that close.
I don't either. I if I were a betting man, I would be putting a lot of money on covering this.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe I will put a few dollars on that.
Yeah, Hampton asked if he could use my information to sign up for a FanDuel account while he's in Charlotte this weekend. I said, go for it. Just give me some of the winnings.
Wait, why can't he use his?
Because he already has one and he wants some extra. He wants some extra free money.
He's double dipping. That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
What is he doing?
I'm not going to use it, so.
Did you watch any of the Charlotte game last night?
No, I did not. I got home from Pilates and yoga and promptly
That's right.
Passed out on the couch.
Okay.
Yeah, the background's unblurred. My boxes are finally gone. So.
It's progress.
It is.
Their quarterback is supposed to be really good, but he got hurt pretty early. I was like working from home and watching it a little bit in the background, trying to keep up with it because Charlotte is one of my first games out of rehab. So I was very excited to go ahead and scout for that.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, it's Charlotte.
Listen, no one will be more prepared for that game than me. Just
you are going to be just beside yourself with excitement.
Yeah, just be ready for me to be really obnoxious for that.
Oh, game. I cannot wait.
All right, Florida at Miami. Game day is going. I'm kind of jealous, honestly. If I didn't have to work tomorrow, I told my husband, like, we should go. I don't even care about either of these teams. I just really like Miami as a city.
That's so funny.
Such an easy fly. I had so much fun in the Orange Bowl down there a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah, the Michigan game,
the Florida State game.
Oh, I mean, how could you not have fun at that game?
Yeah, we had these. Somehow we scored these like amazing, like all-inclusive tickets. So it was like all you can eat, all you can drink. It was so much fun.
Yeah, that sounds like so much fun. Miami, for me, it seems a lot like Vegas, like one of those. I want to go once and cross it off my list, and then I won't be back.
Bring your money if you do go, because a margarita was $50.
What?
Yeah.
Was Was it like fucking 1942 in that margarita or something?
No. I like
Los Azul, that was what I was thinking of.
I specifically, so it's like one of our friends, I won't name him because I don't want him to like feel weird or whatever. I don't mind at all. But like one of our friends ended up being by himself. So we like invited him over to like come have like lunch with us. And he ordered a large margarita, no problem. I was like, that's all he got. So I was like, put it on my tab, not a problem. $50 for like a house margarita.
Yeah, the Mexican restaurant my girlfriends and I are going to tomorrow night is $20 for a pitcher.
Well, I think it's that's the only tab that I paid all weekend. So I mean, that's totally fine. But I think that's just the going rate everywhere.
That's absolutely $50 for a bleep out the F word. My grandma gets mad when I curse in these shows. She was like, just some grandma advice. I would advise you to not curse when you're I'm like, Masu, sometimes there are no better words.
Oh, hi, Mossy. Thanks for listening.
I know. Shout out to her. One of our biggest fans. Daddy
Perfect.
texted me last night and said, can't wait for the new episode.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I love it. He's precious.
All of your family listens and none of mine does.
All right. We need
not one member of my family.
We need your family to step it the hell up.
Look, it's fine.
That's so mean. I'd be so offended.
Well, Garrett, we come from different families.
That is true. My love of football is directly from my family. So.
Oh my gosh, so funny.
Oh.
Carson Beck is doing really well at Miami. I'm glad that he found his groove, and I think it was a good decision for all parties involved.
I completely agree with that. Georgia always tends to do better with the blue chip guy at quarterback. And you know, Beck, I think he wasn't happy, and that's totally fine. I'm not going to fault him for that at all. I'm glad that he's at home. I'm glad that he's kind of found his people and is playing up to his level and improving his draft stock. You know, I'll probably draft him as my fantasy quarterback one day. So
I'll just get back around.
Yep.
Miami's not going anywhere. They have a fairly easy schedule. If you look out for the rest of the year, they don't have to play Georgia Tech or Clemson. So I don't doubt that we would see them in the playoffs at some point.
Yeah, I agree with that. That would be a very interesting matchup.
Are you saying if they played Georgia in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Well, first we would all go. Every Georgia fan would be there.
Yeah. How could we not? I just want us to go play in the Rose Bowl again. That was a really, really fun trip.
I didn't get to go to that. I know. I would love to.
So much fun. It just hit me that I think the SEC has announced our 3 opponents.
Oh, yeah. That was supposed to come out. Did it come out this morning?
I heard it was.
Or last night?
Oh, they're announcing it at 7 p.m.
Okay.
Who do you think our 3 opponents are going to be? Because I have heard from Graham Coffee, shout out Graham Coffee DC on Twitter, that when it was originally voted on, Georgia had Florida, Auburn, and South Carolina as the annual opponents, and we would no longer play Tennessee on an annual basis.
Okay, so when I first thought about this, my go-to was Florida, Auburn, and then I said Tennessee. But then I thought about it a little more, and I was like, you got to think about all the other teams and who they're all playing. And then I was like, no, I bet it is going to be South Carolina. Mm-hmm. I want the third team to be Vanderbilt because I want an excuse to go to Nashville every 2 years. So
I would love that. That'd be really, really fun. I understand that Georgia and South Carolina have more of a historic rivalry, but Tennessee has just been such a bitter rivalry for the last 30 years or so that it's going to be weird not having to smack talk on Twitter every year.
Every single year, I know.
Well, and then Tennessee would get freaking Florida and Vanderbilt and who was the last one I saw? Alabama. every
For
year.
who?
Tennessee.
Tennessee, you saw playing who?
Florida, Vandy, and Bama every year.
Okay. I can see that. I don't know. It is going to be interesting and weird. I kind of miss how it used to be, but I'm sure we'll get used to the new normal as well. Speaking of schedules, have you looked at Florida's upcoming schedule? I could see them having 6 losses this year.
Oh, Billy Napier's. I'd put money on Napier being gone by the end of the season. Honestly, bless their hearts. They are going through the gauntlet. And I have been high and mighty on the fact that Georgia has one of the hardest schedules in the SEC, but I think it's Florida number 1 and Georgia number 2. I think the only advantage that we have this year is the fact that we play our biggest games at home as opposed to last year when all of our biggest games were on the road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do have a good home schedule this year. It's just not a good time to be a Florida Gator. Okay, so this is Billy Napier's 4th year coaching. You think this will be his last?
I think if they end the season with 6 or more losses, I think he's gone.
Yeah, they had 5 last year, so I don't know if
and you can chalk it up to a hard schedule. I'm sure that there are some Napier
sympathizers.
Yeah. Sympathizers out there that are going to be like, oh, well, he's had a really hard schedule and blah, blah, blah. But it's, the Swamp is routinely listed as one of the hardest places to play in the country. You've got good recruits. It's not like he doesn't have a talented team. And yeah, sure, you're playing all these hard games, but so is Georgia, so is Bama, so is Tennessee, so is South Carolina, so is Ole Miss. Like the SEC is hard no matter what. And if you can't win consistently, it's time to you can cycle through.
Mm-hmm.
See what fits, see what works. He might be there. He might just be too nice for the environment. I don't know. I can't stand the guy, so I don't really listen to him talk all that much.
DJ Lagway's got to improve. The 5 interceptions last week against LSU, you just cannot do that. So he has nowhere to go but up. So hopefully he can shake that off and they can improve. I mean, what a rough time. I've
never thought he was all that good of a ball player. I'm just glad that everybody else is kind of catching up to it.
Are you a fan? Are you a proponent of the home and away with Georgia, Florida, or do you like it being in Jacksonville?
I'm going to take my own personal bias towards Gainesville out of it. I'm sure it'd be fun for a home and home series because I mean, the Swamp versus Sanford, you've got 2 pretty electric home environments, but I think it's really special that it's in a neutral location because you get a lot of the South Georgia fans that's the one Georgia game that they get to go to a year because it's so close by in Jacksonville. You get the frat beach traditions with all of the college kids. I feel like at this point it's been so cemented into tradition that changing it would be just not that fun.
I agree. I am not a supporter of making it a home and home. I don't want to go to Gainesville. I don't really want all the Florida fans invading Athens. I think it's like oil and water. Like, let's just not even tempt it. Jacksonville's such a fun trip. Like, I enjoy going every year. We started just staying on Amelia Island, which is lovely. And riding over. What's wrong? And riding over for the day.
This girl found my resume on ZipRecruiter for some event planning thing, and I took my resume off of ZipRecruiter and deleted the profile because I obviously have a job that I love very much. She has called me every single day for the last week trying to get an interview set up with me. And I told her, I was like, I have a job.
That has happened to me before. There's this like one nursing home that I guess can't find a provider to staff it. I don't know. And so they email me like every week, and they've called me like twice in the same day before. And I've been like, I already talked to you this morning. Like, no, thank you. I'm already employed.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But if they're that desperate, that's kind of a red flag.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. Calling somebody who didn't even apply. I didn't even apply for this position. Literally just calling someone whose resume you just so happen to find this often is kind of crazy.
I think it's weird. Maybe they'll pay you. Like,
I mean, if it's like something that I could do on the side, make like a little side hustle money out of it, then sure. But
well, if they're that desperate, they might be willing to throw some big dollar signs at you. I don't know. Or maybe that's why no one wants to work there. Who knows?
yeah, I am not giving up my salary in 4-day work week.
No, don't ever do that.
The 4-day work week alone, like they could be paying me like $10,000 less. The fact that I don't have to work today.
Once you get used to the 4-day work week, like having Fridays off is so nice. It's just like, no, I don't think I can go back to that.
No.
And it's really convenient, especially like for football season, if you want to take road trips or whatever, or travel to these games. It makes it a lot
I get to go up and meet mom and dad in time for dinner on Friday nights. And it's so nice. I don't have to, I'm not rolling into Athens at 10 p.m. anymore.
Right. Well, I mean, you could even leave your house like Thursday night if you wanted to and just like wake up in Athens. Like, you
if I wanted to.
You might not want to, but if you did, you could.
Yeah. My rule last year was I'd get home and I'd wait until like 7:30 to hit the roads because like traffic is still there, but it's no longer a 2.5 hour drive. It's like an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. But now I wake up, I take a 9 or 10 a.m. Pilates on Friday, and then I just, my car's already packed. I leave from the gym and go straight up there, go get myself a spray tan, get a loaded tea at West Broad, and then kind of figure out my game plan from there.
And then she starts her day. I've never had the teas.
Oh, they're so good.
I've literally never gone there.
Oh my gosh. Mom and I both love them so much that we got Michael to set us up with an account so that we can order the stuff to make it at home.
Which one do you get?
So I've done the cucumber watermelon and then I have like the sour blue and the raspberry. And then I think I'm going to order some more flavors. But my all-time favorite is one that they normally do in the spring and summer. Well, it used to be the prickly pear, and then they discontinued the prickly pear flavor. So now I get like the pomegranate with sour blue and I think raspberry. And it's really, really good.
That sounds delicious. Next time you're over there, stop at Cafe Racer. I don't know if I already told you this, but their pumpkin spice donut is so good, and it's seasonal right now. It is really good.
I love Cafe Racer. I didn't know that they were opening one. They're opening one off of, what's it called? Oconee Street?
Oh, like
headed out towards Barnett Shoals by Oak Street Package.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I saw it under construction where that old chicken place used to be, the bright green chicken restaurant.
Yeah. Oh God, I know exactly what you're talking about, but I don't know the name of it.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I do remember that they were putting one kind of over on the east side, but I don't know when it's like slated to open or anything like that.
I don't know. I'll check their Instagram, but I'm sure I won't be able to go to that one until next season.
No, that's not very convenient for me. I'll stick to Atlanta Highway. And I've never been to the OG. I don't even know if the OG is still open.
I don't know, because that damn food truck is everywhere nowadays. So
food truck is everywhere. Mm-hmm. There's Dogtoberfest at Creature Comforts tonight, and so the food truck will probably be out there.
Rats, dude, and I'm not there.
I know. They're supposed to have music, dog adoptions, obviously beer. I know. So cute.
Everybody at my office is like, you don't have a dog? And I'm like, no, I don't have a dog.
Not yet. You can still get one.
I know, but I'd have to get a small dog.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, living here, I would feel so, so bad with a big dog in here. Maybe like a Cavalier.
Oh, those are so cute. My friend has one of those.
We had one when I was in second grade for 8 weeks. And it was right when mom went back to work and started teaching. And we were going back, and it was during football season. And it was just crazy. We were just way too busy for that poor dog. And he was also super, super hyper. Like my mom had postpartum depression with that puppy. And so we ended up giving him back to the breeder. And he had a wonderful home that sent us pictures of him, and he lived a wonderful life. I'm sure he's dead by now because it's been 17 years, but
Yeah, he's probably
Dooley was the best, and we loved him a lot.
What was
So
his
that
name?
was my one experience.
Dooley. Well, it was really good of y'all to recognize that you were not equipped at the time and to give him back to the breeder. Instead of so many people are like, just tough it out through the puppy phase because they're so cute. And then once they're 9 months old, then they're like, oh, actually, we don't really want him anymore. And then it's harder to adopt him out.
And then you see the shelters surge after Christmas every year. It's, I am very fortunate to now have the lifestyle where I can have a dog. Like I'm home enough. My office is close to here enough to where I can come home during the day. It truly is just a size thing. So if I could get a little dog, I will totally get a dog. But a big dog is just, I would not be able to give that dog the quality of life it deserves.
Just not a responsible decision at this point in your life.
No.
Maybe a small dog.
Yeah.
Missouri has their first SEC game this weekend.
South Carolina's
coming to town.
Well, with Lenora Sellers hurt and how well Missouri's been playing this season, I think that's going to be an easy dub for them. I
think so too.
I don't think it's quite. I think that Beamer Ball's still going to be riding the train for a while. But yeah, I don't really see South Carolina walking out of Columbia with a win.
I don't think so either. I haven't checked this morning, but when I looked last night, Lenora Sellers was still questionable. I think he was at practice yesterday, which would have been Thursday, but I don't think that he
wasn't it concussion protocol?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll probably be out this week.
Or at least be out most of the play. I just don't see him playing for 4 quarters this early because I wasn't confirmed if he was practicing Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know.
If it's only had one day of practice, I don't see that.
I agree. Missouri's quarterback, Bo Pribula, is looking good. He's a 76% passer, 791 yards this season. And Missouri has Damon Wilson.
Yeah. No, I mean, Missouri's kind of been I know that Oklahoma is like our true dark horse, but Missouri's kind of been a dark horse for the past few seasons. I mean, they've pulled out some pretty good seasons over the past 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. Eli Drinkwitz's doing a good job over there. That's nothing. That program has nothing to be ashamed of right now. So, go Tigers.
Nope. I'm not going to say that because of the other team that it insinuates.
Well, then I went straight to LSU. I was about to do my Ed Ogeron accent, but
hey, go Tigers.
I can't do it. I feel like go Tigers. Oh my.
Oh man. Talking about last week.
For that Georgia-Tennessee game, I think it was, I don't know if it was on the opening drive or if it was when Tennessee went 3 for 3, but I texted Garrett and just said, oh no. That's all my text said.
And then I texted back and I said, this is going to be a shootout, isn't it?
I think all Georgia fans lost hope. I think it triggered some buried PTSD that a lot of us have.
I will, now that the game is over, I will go on the record by saying I did not think there was a chance in hell that we were going to win that game. And not because of our team. I think that our team is great, but 9 in a row.
That's a lot. That's hard to do. Go Dogs. I mean, that is incredible, honestly.
I just, that
against some really good Tennessee teams.
And I've said that on Twitter. You've liked some of the tweets. I've said that on Twitter all week. Those guys are a playoff caliber team. They totally won the Imaliava drama. Aguilar looked incredible.
He did. I think that Tennessee fans are still feeling pretty confident. I think that after watching that, they're of course sad they wanted to win, but I think that they're where you are. They're like, okay, we're a playoff team. Like they're feeling pretty good about themselves, and they should. Their team looks great. I loved the Joey Aguilar story that I think Holly Rowe was mentioning it on the television broadcast about him like commuting the 90 minutes to school or whatever it was, and then the unconventional path to becoming the Tennessee quarterback. It kind of reminded me of Stetson Bennett.
I didn't see that. We were at the bar, and obviously you can't hear Jack.
Oh no, you would not have been able
bar. To it's so loud in there. But
yeah, I mean, it's like
I need to go look that up now.
You do. He's a kid that you want to do well. Like you can't help but root for him. And they kept showing his mom and everything, and it was just like.
And you know what? It's too bad he has to wear that ugly ass orange.
He's probably getting handsomely compensated to wear that gaudy orange.
Yeah, I'm sure he's getting paid a very pretty penny. But I will have one little bit of shit talk for Tennessee fans.
Go ahead.
They love to bring up the fact. I have to bring the mic closer for this. They love to bring up the fact that the Georgia-Tennessee game is the most viewed game in ABC history, and they're like, oh, it's Tennessee Volunteers football. The University of Georgia football team has been the nation's most watched football team for 2 seasons in a row. So y'all can kiss my ass. Georgia did that. Nobody likes you except for you.
It was a highly anticipated game for sure. I enjoyed watching it.
It was really fun. I was saying the Lord's Prayer in about 5 different languages, and I'm still fully convinced that that's what made that kick go wide right.
How bad do you feel for Max Gilbert? That
poor kid.
I like just my empathetic heart. Like I normally can't take it whenever the kickers miss. Like I get bothered by it. I think about it when I go to sleep because I'm like, they're probably getting bullied. And
I felt the same way for the Ohio State kicker that missed it a couple years ago. Like these poor kids.
Well, for some reason this past weekend, I didn't feel that way. I was okay with him missing it.
I was totally okay with him missing it. I was praying that he was going to miss it, but I do feel bad for him as a human being.
I know. I don't know if he's a freshman. He looked very young.
He literally looked like he could have been I'm looking it up. Yeah, he looked like he could have been about 12 years old.
Yeah, he did. So bless his heart.
He's a sophomore.
Okay, well.
Literally 19 years old. Yeah, and that poor kid's got all of this pressure on him and he misses it.
Impressively so.
Yeah.
What a nice zoom. If you're not watching it, did a slow zoom on Garrett's face. I was really impressed with Chris Brazzell too.
Oh my gosh, that kid is insane.
I know. I wish we had him.
I really wish we had him.
Had some good chemistry. We will be seeing Tennessee again. I am pretty sure.
And in that, well, I sure as hell hope that we don't see him again in the playoffs.
I hope that Georgia doesn't have to play him again, but they're not going anywhere.
Oh, well, yeah, no, I know that they will make it to the playoffs unless they somehow fumble the ball and drop 3 games, which I do not see happening. I just hope that we don't have to play them again.
I know.
I don't want it to be like Texas last year. Number one thing that I saw from Georgia last week that absolutely, without a doubt, has to be improved before Alabama is deep ball coverage. And we texted about this. Our corners were missing their blocks left and right. And with a guy like Ryan Williams at Alabama, we cannot be missing those blocks.
No, I mean, you've got to do better at 50-50 balls. Come on. I think we definitely saw some areas that needed improvement, but still beat a phenomenal Tennessee team. And I think, didn't Kirby say Tennessee should have won that game?
Yeah, no, he said that he almost feels like he should apologize.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
He probably doesn't apologize very often.
Absolutely not. But no, I mean, the fact that our own head coach says that after a win, but I agree with what he said right after that if that game proved one thing about Georgia, these dogs do not back down from a fight.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that. I think that that's something that Kirby's been instilling in that program since he got there, that, no matter what, you just keep chopping, you just, dadgummit. Yeah, you just keep biting that elephant.
Keep chopping.
And I love that. I think that's a very admirable quality to have in a team.
I think so too. Well,
Mm-hmm.
you've got to play for 60 minutes. So, I mean, you've got to have that same intensity the entire time. And I mean, Kirby will roast them in practice. He'll say it's not hot outside when it's 104 degrees in there and, pads and everything. There are no excuses to Coach Mark.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to get after it.
And I love that.
Me too.
Amen.
How about that?
Now we'll, I guess, pivot over to the ACC. Georgia Tech, a massive upset this weekend.
How about that last-second field goal?
Wow. I sat next to some Tech fans at Atkins Park after we left, and they were like, "Oh, you're a Georgia fan, blah, blah, blah." I was like, look, I'm going to be completely honest. In the hierarchy of rivalries, y'all are my favorite fans. Like, y'all are just a bunch of really nice nerds. And like, that's our insult to y'all, is that y'all are nerds.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled that our insult rivalry has been revived. Haynes King has been on my Heisman watch list, and I know yours too. I think he's a baller. I think that Brent Key's doing great things with the program. Mm-hmm. I'll hate y'all the week that we play y'all. But, in terms of just a week-to-week basis, I love seeing teams in Georgia win.
But just let us call you nerds. Like, you're going to graduate and have very high-paying jobs. You'll be just fine in life. So, give us this
like,
one
y'all
thing.
are all engineers, okay? Just let us be good at football.
Yeah, you all are CEOs and engineers. But Haynes King is good at football too. We've talked about this already, but that is going to be a tough matchup in late November. I'm not planning on going to that game. Are you?
It is going to be a tough matchup in late November. I don't think so. It's on Black Friday. It's in Atlanta. So there's a potential, but I think it depends on what my family does for Thanksgiving.
Oh, it is on Friday this year? Question mark? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't, I'm going to be at the house. I don't plan on bringing a newborn.
I will be watching it somewhere, but we both know how we feel about that game. So I'm just going to okay, we are having connection problems.
Yeah, we
today.
are. All right, guys. Well, that's all for this week. Thank you so much for listening to our 4th episode of Girls Talk Ball. Georgia has a bye week this week, so rest up, enjoy the weekend, watch the games on TV, and we'll see y'all next week, and we'll be talking some Georgia, Alabama.